Okay, so we're gonna jump right into the back end um, in this video 3 here. So we're back on Apollo's homepage, but we're over in server under Apollo server in the quick start. And I have a link I'll share for that. So we got another big npm install that we're gonna do here, and that'll get us going. So we've got copy that real quick. So we've got body parser, Express, graphical tools, Apollo Server Express, and then we're running npm install -- save on those as well. So what we need to do first, though, let's get over into our other terminal here, and let's see. Okay, we're in the right directory. Make sure we're not in the client directory. We want to be in above the client in the do tutorial directory. So actually, the first thing we're going to do in this directory is we're going to run npm init and then space -y, and that's going to initialize and build us a package JSON right here, and it built this package .lock or -lock JSON too, but it built us this empty package JSON basically just with default answers. Oh, I made a mistake. Not good. So I didn't practice what I preached right there. So this is a good tutorial here. So I'm running npm uninstall Apollo boost GraphQL -tag GraphQL and React Apollo. See that command there? I'm running that. And then I'm going to cd into the client directory. I'm going to run npm install -- save. And I'm going to want those same ones I deleted. I put them into the outer directory when I wanted them in the inner directory. We'll just type those out again, making sure there are no typos. And see, these things happen, but you saw when I ran uninstall, it got rid of them out of this. This is our outer package JSON, and we want them in our inner package JSON, which is this one here. So /client, you can see now all those packages are inside of here where we want them. So now I'll hit cd space .. backup, and now I'll paste in the install statement for the server side stuff. So that's real world example. You know, a lot of people will probably edit that out of their video, but that way you can see it is, you know, it's not the end of the world if you install something where it's not supposed to be. You just uninstall it and reinstall it where it's supposed to go. So we can close out. You can see we got our stuff right where it needs to be in this package.json, which is the one we're working with here. So what we can do here is make a new file, and we'll call it index.js. And you could have made it out here too. So that's a good place to start. So I think the first thing we're going to do is we'll say const express equals require express. We'll go back over and take a look at some of these docs here. They've got that. They've got body parser. They've got something called Graphql Express, and then GraphQL Express. That's from the Apollo Server Express, and then make executable schema. We'll take those, and we won't worry too much about this middle part just yet here. We'll bring that over. We'll copy this and paste this in. Okay. And we don't have any type defs or resolvers yet, but we can get this part. Well, actually, let's just copy all of this right here. So we got all their stuff right here, and we can save that. And let's see. So we brought in all our things, all these packages here. So let's go right down. So they got some fake data. They got some books. Harry Potter, Jurassic Park. This is just an array of 2 objects here. And then they've got something called type defs, and they've got a type query that says books, and type book has a title that's a string and an author that's a string. So this is a query called books that returns, this is an array of the book object. So a type def is a schema, it's called in GraphQL. And you have to declare these. We're going to do it in a much different way, but similar way, but a much more coherent way, I think, than how they've done it. And they're just saying a book consists of a title and an author, very similar to a JavaScript object, except there's no, it says type book, it's not book or book colon. And then we got resolvers for this books query matches up to the schema definition, and that's going to just be a function that returns books, lowercase, which is these books right here. So it's going to return an array of books, which has a title and an author, and lo and behold, these do. And there's a function, a helper function called make executable schema, and that makes your overall schema, which is type defs and resolvers. So these are called type definitions, these are called resolvers. Together they become your schema. And this is a standard express, you just execute express. And these routes are, I'm telling express to use this endpoint, GraphQL, and this middleware is body parser that helps deal with JSON objects. And then you pass in to the Graphql Express function, which is another helper function that came here from Apollo Server Express. It looks like I've got this copied twice. We'll get rid of that. And then Graphql uses the Graphql Express, and the endpoint URL is Graphql. So it's using this endpoint to get to this endpoint. Basically, it's saying, okay, my GraphQL endpoint is my main data endpoint. Graphql with the I is a user interface to deal with all this stuff. And this is going to be on port. We're actually going to put this on port 3001. That's one change we're going to make. And we're going to say that console log is that. We're going to save this file. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to use this graphical user interface, and you get an idea of what GraphQL can do. So thanks for sticking with me, bearing with my mistakes as I try to talk and chew gum at the same time.